All right. Good evening. Good evening. So today I welcome you all to another session of Chintana, and we have here Dr. Asha, who is going to address the topic, the dimensional shift with respect to confidence versus conflict. So are you all prepared? Are you all ready? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Asha ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good
Good
evening.
evening, everyone.
Good
The
evening,
session is
ma'am.
all yours.
Yeah. So I would like to know from you all, what is confidence? Yeah. What is confidence?
Doing the things with full confidence, awareness, ma'am, is confident.
Okay.
Having trust on oneself that you can do it.
Hmm.
It's a feeling that whatever you are doing as per your knowledge is right and you are doing to your satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's about giving
uh,
it best, whatever the situation is.
Hmm.
I think confidence is when you, whatever you're doing, you know there can be consequences, and you're ready to even face the consequences, or you're
Hmm.
aware of the consequences, good or bad or whatever, and you're ready to
Okay.
even face that.
Okay. Ready to face that, you mean preparedness. Okay. What else?
Belief in oneself.
Believing in oneself. What if I tell you there are 500 people in front of you and you need to speak about one topic, which I give you? What happens?
Ma'am, it depends on the topic again. I mean, if you have some knowledge, maybe you will
It
be able
depends
to,
upon the
you will
topic.
be able to, but if you are not very sure with the topic, or I mean, you don't have, I mean, how will I say, zero knowledge, then
Okay.
probably it's like what you will be saying, and it will not be, you will not be
Hmm.
able to make that impact to that audience who are listening to you. And I mean, maybe you will be able to talk, but then
Hmm.
the impact or that okay, I will say the impact that you will be making when you have a knowledge without the other way, not having
Hmm.
a knowledge will be different.
Okay. Today, let's prepare the recipe of confidence. One of the ingredient is knowledge. What else? The prime ingredient is knowledge. You should know where you are getting it to, or you should have information, and preparedness is the second ingredient. You should prepare yourself mentally. You should prepare your mindset towards that action. Yeah. So let's understand confidence and then try to decode what exactly conflict is. So today's session is all about understanding conflicts and confidence. So there is a very beautiful part of human mechanism that few of us get associated with conflicts and or confidence. When we associate with confidence or conflict, our attitude takes a specific form. Okay? And our attitude will be confident attitude or conflictual attitude. Okay? I myself will be in a dual thought process. Am I really be able to do this? I will question, I will doubt my competency, I'll doubt my abilities, right? Developing an attitude where there is no association between the knowledge and there is no preparedness. Okay, so there is no confidence in me. So there is no right kind of approach. So confidence is an attitude. Okay, and the attitude is made of three things. One is knowledge, skill, and your approach. And there comes your attitude. So if you have a confident attitude, you know about that. You have empty information about that. And you have enough skills to process this information. And you have positive approach. Come what may, I'm going to do that. You have hope, you have will, you have competency, you have purpose, you have focus. And that is your confidence. So what happens when you are conflictual? What will be your attitude? You have no information about it or very less information. You're not prepared. Your approach is so much confusing. There is no proper logical diagnosis or analysis that has happened. You have no clue how to process this knowledge and you are into confusion. Confusion leads to conflicts. So this applies everywhere when you are in confusion. Okay, even in your family environment, if you are confused with the people that you live, you don't know them, when you have no knowledge about with whom you are living, and you don't have skills to be assertive, and you don't have skills to process your emotions, you don't have skills to, the right kind of life skills to manage. Okay, and your approach is, no, I don't have a great family. I have no supporting family. So you'll not be able to confidently move on or stay or work or encourage or transform, whatever. You will be in the conflicts. Whether I have to deal with these people, whether I have to keep them in my zone, whether I have to move out. Right? So why does this happen? What is the attitude of a confident person? What is the attitude of the conflictual personality? Number one is they are always focused. If you are losing focus on one thing, question your confidence. I want to do this, and this is out of my passion. I decide, I invest my time, and a little hiccup, I just take myself out of that particular area or arena, right? When you lose focus for small things, one day you decide that this is my family, come what may, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to see that we reach here. But the next day, a small fight will take away that confidence of you is because of your focus. Being focused always will give you clarity. That's the logical presentation of your attitude. And the second thing is confidence drives you below the surface, will not let you take the decision in the very, surface level. You will dive deep into it. If you love somebody, you will wait, you will delay in respond, you give them a chance. You wait patiently, you bring perseverance. Last session, we did understand Shiva Shakti, both are important. You need Gnana at the same time, you need that Shakti. Shakti is all about perseverance and patience. If you are losing patience for small things, question yourself. Am I confident about this relationship? Okay. And what is the third thing? Third thing is confident people will never associate person with word and person with wound. Okay, lot of times conflicts let us associate with our wounds. I lost my father and parents in the very early age is not the problem of another person. I need to know to deal with it. What I will do, always I'll put that stress on others. I don't have love in life. I think you need to be compassionate with me. You know what kind of trauma that I underwent. So where is your bonding? Where is your focus? Where is your insight about your own self? You are associated with what you don't have in life. The trauma part of your life you are bonding with. Right? So that is also very important. If you are able to classify between person and word, lot of times people don't mean it. They just tell you. And one word we nag it for life. That day you told me this. Even, the things are solved, everything is happy, and we are having nice dinner. And this word comes to me. Everything is fine. But that day, you made me feel so much thing, you did this to me, you told me this, I am not, again the whole thing, the whole cycle starts. So it's never about another person, it's always about me. Okay, I have a choice to make in my life, whether I have to be here, whether I have I have choice. When I meet my clients, I always feel that they are bonded with conflicts, not confidence. Why do you think it happens? When a child is born, just you need to look at the environment, the family dynamics, the mother, her attitude towards life, father, his attitude towards his profession and life, and the family's attitude towards the child. If it is conflictual, you know, the child either develops an attitude that gets associated with conflicts or a behavior that is conflict bonding. When you bond with conflict, that becomes your behavior. When you associate with conflict, it becomes your attitude. There is a very small difference between attitude and behavior. Your belief system plus your emotions is equal to your behavior. Okay, you believe that I'm the only one person on the world going through all this. I believe since my childhood, the big boulder on my head is not being removed. I demand so much from myself. I demand from life. I demand from people. I expect so much from myself, others, everything, so much of conflicts. So my behavior is conflictual behavior. I look for conflicts in the environment. That is what is going to put me to comfort zone. Lot of people, if you have observed, they can't live without conflicts. Gossiping is the byproduct of this behavior. Yeah. And if I am confident, if I see my mom and dad be, having great confidence in their life, they don't crib for small things. And they know to face the loss and they manage their crisis. They introduce crisis to me. I've seen crisis in my life, but my dad and mom have shown me how to deal with such crisis. When you have nothing, how life looks like. When you have abundance, how life look like. So I know all the colors of life. I'm quite confident about my competency because I have experienced it. Okay. So I will be confident at every level in any situation. So that becomes my behavior. I'll be dashing. I don't get scared of people. And I don't even give 1 minute on a thought called what people will feel. How can I tell no? I will never spend time on pleasing people. It's always about wellness. I'll become the promoter of wellness. If you see confident people, they not only keep their life happy, and they also bring bliss to the environment. So this is the major difference between conflict and confidence. It's all about our association with conflicts and also our bonding with conflict. So if a child is born in a conflictual environment where there is so much of fights, quarrel happening, and nobody is on the same lines, they develop this attitude, and attitude later on becomes their behavior. So what kind of environment do we give our children? In a bigger picture, we see conflicts as politics today. And what kind of mindset do we have about our life? Okay, our focus is so weak. We don't want to take risk, and we want everything in a nutshell. We want answers for all our question. I don't want to get into the pool. I want to see a third person doing it, confirmation, reconfirmation. So why this is becoming? Because we are seeing conflicts, confusion everywhere. There is no one person who can support an individual. This is how a confidence look like. It's very easy to go back to your children and tell, hey, you should be confident, man. How does confidence look? What is the color of confidence? I have not seen. Don't you think it's very important to demonstrate confidence rather than telling what is confidence? Yes. So confidence and conflicts are parallel lines in our life. They move with us. Sometimes there are confusions. There's nobody who can tell that, no, I never faced confusions in life. Yes, confusions. What happens when you draw hands and legs for confusions? It becomes conflicts. As long as it is me, it is confusion. Once it gets into the environment, internal and external, it becomes conflicts. And once you give that hands and legs to your conflicts, it starts moving. Right? Then you run behind your conflicts. And conflicts is blind. It will take you wherever it wants. Right? So confidence is something, that confidence is an energy. It's like a fuel to your vehicle. That's all. It is not going to drive you anywhere. You are going to drive your own life, and confidence being the fuel of your vehicle. So let us understand in depth, if Nilima allows me. Because if the forum is open to questions, then I'm going to stop at this.
No, ma'am. I guess we'll love to listen to you.
Okay. So we have defined what is conflict and what is confidence. How does that look? Let's see the emotional basis. When we look at the emotional basis, usually the conflictual people are rooted with pain. Okay, whatever you talk about, they go back in the conversation. You see, if it is a personal conversation, they bring this out. My childhood was not great. My adulthood was not great. That is the base of the conversation. I'm only telling you the symptoms. If you are having such people in the family, you need to just support them to walk out of that zone. And also, usually they express stress. It is the emotional basis that I'm speaking about. Conflictual people easily can express stress. And also, very little survival instincts you see. Everything starts with like, I have seen enough life. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's been 20 years I'm in this industry. Nothing will change. All into confusion. That's enough of fighting. Okay. But how does an emotional basis looks in a confident person? It is like rooted in mutual understanding. They also ask you questions. They only don't talk about their pain. They allow you to express. Right? So when you have a conversation with a confident person, they listen to you. Okay, allow you to talk. It's not about them always speaking about their pain and telling that I am stronger than you. If not me, nobody would have dealt the life that I have. This is ultimate, hurtful, and so many. And you see them emotional security displayed by the person. When you be with them, you feel emotionally secured. This person is. Right? That is about emotional basis. Trust dynamics is the second symptom. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust others also. Trust is a big issue. So, and, resilience will be a problem. They can't bounce back. When you push them, even after 10 years, if you go, they will be in the same. Because no trust on anything. How can I invest? How can I do? And they see the future also in a way that, nothing works. Hey, everybody is speaking about World War. No business ventures, please. No investments, please. They stop people from doing. You see those symptoms there in the dynamics of life. But when it is confidence, it is naturally through consistent positive manifestation. They believe in manifestation because their focus is not from surface. It is instinct and they have intuition. Confident people express their intuitive, concerns or intuitive thoughts. They don't shy, they express it. I feel this, their gut will be very strong. They manifest. And the third thing is communication style. This is the third thing that we need to observe between two. This conflictual people frequently involve in tension. They like to talk about stress, pain, hurt, rather than how the process was and how strong the person fought, about the positive point or the potential of the person. No. It is always about losing. It's always about breaking. It's always about 80% of the conversation is around that only. If they are bringing cinemas, movie, or the kind of cinemas they like also. Have you seen people liking tragedy? Yeah, because their bonding is with that. They cherish heroism in losing. I'll tell you, if a child is not being taken care and attended, this child develops attitude and that becomes behavior. We cannot blame this young adult for that. So as observers and as emotional wellness promoters, we need to observe in our own environment that people are struggling with conflicts. It's not that they want to do this. It has become a solid boulder in their life, which they don't have that energy to move. And you look at the communication style of a confident person, it is characterized by open communication. There is nothing called right and wrong. It's expression. And they don't hurt the others with words. And they know the value of wound, hurt. And they know the, competency they have, where they know that the word is priceless and it is very effective. So they have responsibility before they talk. They rehearse, they prepare. That is, confidence is not that you have that particular thing as natural or innate. It is not inborn. Confidence is derived out of the kind of internal and external environment given to you since your childhood, and how you perceived it, how it entered into your life, and how the bonding happened. Confident family, the byproduct is genius child. Conflictual family, again. So there is something called, as I always tell, that exceptions. Exceptions are where how we work on the high frustration tolerance and low frustration tolerance. Abdul Kalam was, of course, faced conflictual issues during his elementary years and during his formative years and also growing adulthood and all that. But high frustration tolerance, there are people, they have tolerance and they take that frustration to the highest level and just fly. They don't freeze, nothing, they reach the success. There are people, when they reach that frustration, they fall. We call it as low frustration tolerance, little frustration people. So it is an individual capacity, the support system, education, the way I have perceived life, everything matters here. Not one thing. Yeah. And the longevity. When we talk about longevity, when you look at the relationship also, you may wonder, there might be a couple, 14 years or 15 years or 10 years, whatever, they would have lived with each other like, so much bonding that you would have felt between each other. And you see them filing divorce. Why is this? As long as both of them had that common pain, that common factor called pain had bonded them together. Once one person worked on that pain and moved on, the other person stayed there. Now the common factor pain doesn't stay with them. And they realize I am not meant for it. How many of you have watched Abhiman? Amitabh Bachchan's and Jaya Bhaduri's movie? That is exactly. There is a bonding between each other, and both of them loved each other, and both of them were recognized. I mean, one person is so recognized, they were in need of appreciation, and they both were not having mothers with them. She was motherly to him, and he was caring to her. Once one person started walking, the other person failed. You know, the byproduct is jealousy, the byproduct is comparison, the byproducts might be arguments, dispute, and these are all the reasons to go away. That's all. So conflicts exist, but if there are two people confidently operating the relationship, there will be ups and downs. It's not, relationship is not a straight line. You will be facing ups and lows. When you are in a low, when you can bond with your strength, you know, this both of us could fight it because we were resilient, and the resilience become your common factor. If you think that we were destitute children and we lost everything, so that being destitute, if that is the thing that is bonding two people together, then the longevity would. As long as both are suffering and struggling, the life will bring two people together. Once one will get up and walk, the other person will crawl, then the pace of the relationship will go. And you realize the other person is so smart, the other person is so selfish. No, this is the reality. Behavior is an energy that walks out of our thought process, and it is an energy that is being manipulated by your emotions. That is what is become our behavior. And behavior is definitely operated by the kind of experiences that you had in your childhood. So is this experience conflictual or confidence experience? Yeah. And emotional outcomes. Usually you see conflictual people depending on others a lot. They like to depend, and they like people depending. You know, they feel that they are being counted. You know, this is the conflictual emotional outcome. If you stop depending on them, then the conflicts rises. Usually it happens with mothers. Now, when you see children being independent, you can't take it. Yeah, because you are enjoying the dependency. Because probably if you go back and read your childhood memories, you will know why this attitude towards your child. What is making you feel this? You need to attend that. But in a confident person, you know, they are their esteem is high, their respect is high. It's not about people staying with them or eating all by themselves. It's about this person is there. That's all. In the thought. That's enough. There are people, there are couple who are enjoying their long distance relationship for 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, but stay together, no fidelity is challenged. Right? There are people who stay beside but messaging another person. Right? It's how you bond with an other person, and relationship is all about that, and childhood is the reflection of our behavior today. Because our childhood either gets associated with conflicts or with confidence people around. So environment plays a vital role for every one of us. You know, if you are in a toxic environment, definitely there are a lot of questions in mind. And are these questions asked? No, children will not ask this question for two things. One, they don't know if they can ask. And number two, they don't know to ask. Right? And potential, definitely conflictual person will not have great potential to move on. Though they have potential, either it will be in the hidden area or blind area. Confident person will spot the brilliant spots and move on in life. So this is the difference between conflictual environment within and confident environment within. That can take us to any heights or put us to any low graph. So this is about mere introduction of our own development of attitude and our behavior, and the difference between attitude and behavior that we should never get confused. Symptoms are all the byproducts of the shaken attitude and the low confident behavior. If the approach is fixed, if we can educate, if we can give that empathetic time to a person, we can set the attitude towards life. Once attitude is fixed, then we can work on behavior. Yeah. Yes. Nilima?
Yes, ma'am. I guess there are questions as well. So Payal is asking how to convert oneself from a conflict person to confident person and how to fix that attitude.
Okay, I think answering this question, I may take some time. There is one aspect that Adi Shankara has touched in answering this question through Brahma Sutras. If you have, this is Brahma Sutra. Okay, so he says there are, every one of us go through conflicts. That is natural. But first, understand, are these conflicts taking you to pleasant mindset or situation or unpleasant feeling? If these conflicts are creating unpleasant feeling within, then it's time for us to transform. How does that happen? Okay. So he explains. First, listen to your inner dialogue, Shravana. Okay, listen. First, if you are working with teenagers, one more question is there related to teenagers. Yes, it's very important that you need to listen to them. Don't make meanings out of their words and don't argue with them. First, listen what they are trying to tell you, because words cannot define a personality, is what Adi Shankara says. You know, if you are speaking something ill about me, doesn't mean that you are really sick about me. That situation, at that mindset of yours, you might be seeing me like that. So can you classify between word and a person? That the intention of the person was not to tell this to you. So conflicts arises. This is the basic layer, survival. Okay, then you start developing the secondary emotions about the person, like I hate this person. And the third layer is venom, revenge, grudges, holding on. And the fifth layer, fourth layer is hoarding, not holding, hoarding. Wherever I see negative for this person. Whatever the person does is not. So, Shravana, whenever you sit with somebody and who is sharing, try to listen. If it is with you, also listen first. That is why meditation, listening to yourself is meditation. First, listen. How does your voice? Can you hear your own voice? If you are not able to hear your own voice, then question why you have never heard it. And can you understand the pitch of your voice, the tone of your voice, the texture of your voice? If it is a child, how do you speak? In a very low tone, nicely. So when you close your eyes and speaking to yourself, how is the tone of your voice? How much frustrated are you? Are you speaking to yourself like how you speak to a child? Right? The second thing is Kirtana. Kirtana is always song. How do you recite your story? Is that a song? Does that have a rhythm? Does this have a melody? Usually, when you revisit, what do you do? Do you revisit those things that are conflictual or those things where confidently you let you? How do you want your future generation to listen to your stories? That way, you need to tell yourself. Ayo, Asha, you lost your parents. Ayo, Asha, you did this. Ayo, you suffered a lot. Okay, you did this. So you are telling 100 times the story, and the 100th time also, you are pampering, you are vulnerable, and the vanity of the story is always like that. You know, not having great energy. So your song of your life should be very, very, melody. It should carry that melody. It should carry that again. I need to revisit my life. So this is the second thing that boosts your confidence. And the third thing is smarana. What do you remember about when you revisit your life? What are those things that often come to you as mental schemas, as mental memories? How do you see yourself? Just close your eyes and just want to see yourself. Where are you? What is that you are wearing? And what is the age of you? Which is that age of yours that you would like to revisit always, and why? Right? And Pada Sevana. Have you ever surrendered? Do you know what is surrendering is? Opening your belief system and seeing what exists. If you want to develop higher confidence, highest degree of confidence, your belief system should be very transparent. Lot of times we manipulate our own belief system. Okay, I will be speaking about something A with a person, and a very, very big persona walks in. And I'll tell, that is what I was telling her. I'll completely change. Yeah. Is my belief system so weak that it will change for people? It will change for some cause? Can you keep your belief system so strong? Can you surrender all your senses for your belief system and say, this is what I believe and I work that out? Right? That's very important to boost your confidence. And Archana. When you say Archana, how is your identity? How do you want to call yourself? How do you want your child to call you? How do you want your, it's not about name, it's your identity. Yeah. So if you have visited temple, okay, there is some Namarchana, they do it. You know, all the adjectives is added behind the deity's name. Okay, Dharmatma, Chitta Chintana, all that. So what are the adjectives that you can add for yourself? So if you have to boost your confidence, you need to add adjectives and walk the talk. If you are calling yourself, I am helpful to people, I promote wellness, I am an initiator, I am a manifester, whatever adjectives that you keep adding on, do you walk the talk or is that just a nameplate? Right? And then Vandana. Lastly, we say Namaste. Bringing the left and right together, your creative energy and logical energy together and work on your life without expecting anything either from yourself or others, but know how to expect and how much to expect. Namaskaram is all about that. If we are coming together, I know how much to expect and what to expect. If you don't know, see, I cannot even tell that you can't expect anything. No, that living is not possible. If you are marrying somebody, there is some expectation here. But I know from this person, this much I can expect. I can't tell him to be a Shah Rukh Khan. Or I cannot tell him to fight and drop down from helicopter like Akshay Kumar. No. I should know how much to expect from this person and when to expect. What to expect. If I have that clarity, that is Vandana. So it is prostrating to another Atma and giving that respect. If you don't respect others, your confidence will go low. That is the beauty of human mechanisms. If you fight with somebody for 10 times, just check your confidence. It will be very low. You will not have great confidence in talking to people. If you are in the arguments or in a very strong situations for quite some time that you are into arguments and you are juggling and you are into confusions, your communication will take a backseat. And Sakhya, have a friend in life who boost your confidence, not question your authenticity and authority. who will tell you, okay, this is okay, it's okay to be okay, move on. Who can listen to you, who can stand with you, who can just tell that I'm just there. Right? And finally, Atma Nivedana. You should know your energy. And you should know when to bring this energy out, at what circumstances. Yeah. So this is about, and when you look at the puja vidhi, that the way we offer that puja, all these are there. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, and we have Archana, Vandana, Nivedana, everything is there. But we don't practice. I don't know. We have not been educated, and youngsters have not been told. They only see that, this Pandit in the temple is just doing some puja. What is this puja? Is boosting confidence. That's all is that. So it's not about, deity is the reflection of our own self. If you can do it for yourself, you can see the same confidence what exists outside. Definitely you will see that exists inside also. Did I answer this question? How to boost your confidence? Hope I
Yes,
did.
ma'am, definitely. Yeah. I think there are similar line of questions with respect to old age people having conflicts within themselves because of sickness, usually caused in the old age, and how to motivate and help them in building confidence. It's
Okay.
another question.
See, the same answer suits this also, but still, there are three approaches for any age group. It might be. I'm going to. This might be the last question of mine. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, but similar lines of
Yes.
questions like with respect to
Because I
corporate
would like to
employees,
log
teenagers.
out 5 minutes early. So that's the reason. I'll take
Okay.
this question as the
Yes,
last.
ma'am. Sure, sure. Definitely.
There are the three approaches. One is humanistic approach, the other one is integrative approach, and the other one is holistic approach. When it is humanistic approach, you become an observer. Okay? So if there are old parents at home and you see they are in the conflicts, first observe them. Observation and then interpretation without judging them or either bringing your experience. Try to interpret why are they doing this. It takes time. It doesn't happen in 1 or 2 days. When you observe them for 5 or 6 days, you'll start understanding their patterns. Every conflict has a pattern. Okay, and that pattern is being derived either from childhood or from young adulthood or from the regrets, guilt, all those corners. Okay, and the next thing is interpret. Try to interpret. Okay, I know the story of my father. Is this because of his engagement in this way? Or is this because he has to face this in his childhood? Is this because? Okay. After interpretation, go for a reflection. Sit with them and talk, not about today's action. Try to help them express about yesterday. Yeah, I always heard this story that you told that you had this conflict at home and you have been seriously compared with your brothers. How did you feel, Papa? Nobody would have asked them. And you see the patterns changing. Once they start expressing, they'll come near you, dear. They are like children, especially when you work with elderly people, you know. So the reverse bonding will happen. Confidence bonding will start. This is the person who rightly caught the nerve. And then whenever you are there, they feel secure. That's the second symptom. Okay. And don't point at them, label them. And their intention is very clear that they are scared. That's all. You just think that fear for death, fear for feeling useless. This might be a professor who has worked for 40 years, now sitting at home doing nothing. Can you think of the shift that has happened in the person? Mental shift, physical shift, environmental shift, financial shift. and the wear and tear of mental muscles, right? And no job to do. So here is the confidence boosting exercise slowly happening. It takes time. Have patience. And then you start that the patterns are a little bit changing. So once you let them speak, they will repeat. Repetition is one of the aspects that you need to tolerate or you need to stand for it, because the same story they might repeat for 10 times, but the more they repeat, you are giving them an antidepressant by listening. The moment you tell, hey, stop, yeah, how many times you tell, then you are giving them an antidote. How you communicate to them is a very important thing. Be a silent company. What it takes, yeah, end of the day, they are our parents. Why can't we give the 10 minutes to listen to the same stories, which we used to ask once upon a time, repeat the story, the same Ram Shankar story I would have heard about 400 times. But now I don't want to listen. Right? So this is holistic way. Sorry, humanistic way. What is the integrative way? Family coming together. It's not one person working. It's about talking to everybody in the family. Look, this is what is going on. We should help him. Now he has lost his wife. You know, she used to take much care of this person. Now he has lost. It's not about physical presence of us. Our mental presence should be there. See, this is what I'm going to do. Can you do this? Can we observe? What is that you observed? Yeah? I observed this. What is that you observed? And making him feel important. You know, there might be one Muhammad Rafi song. You know, play it. You all dance for it. What it takes. You know, we are all therapists now. We have taken the oath of making somebody feel good, important, understood. Why are in the counseling cabin? Why not with our parents? Yeah? Counseling is a way of life. So this is integrative method. When family can cooperate, when everybody is in an understanding and all of us have the intention of doing great for them. The third one is holistic. Neither he knows nor the family wants to participate, but I need to contribute. That is when the holistic approach comes, like aroma, food, solarized water, all this. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So hope whatever the takeaway was there here, I was able to justify. And this is one of the topic that is very important at this stage for all of us to stay on that one line, because nobody has answers to what next. You know, the world is moving so fast and the evolution is happening exponentially on a higher level. So we all need more than subconscious and superconscious to survive. So this will happen only when we travel inside, not outside. So let us look for solution within, and one of it is analyzing and rereading the sutras and our old scriptures for us to relate to our history. That is when we can connect to that confidence which just stayed as a golden bird once upon a time. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was a lovely session. And I
Yeah.
hope all of us enjoyed a lot. And meet you all next week with yet another topic and yet another speaker, perhaps. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nilima, ma'am.